everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you about 10 times that I thought I was gonna die. And I got my kitty here. Oh, look how cute she is. She doesn't want to cuddle with me right now, so oops. So this is in order from least interesting stories to most interesting stories. So this one isn't like the most interesting out of all my stories, but I mean it still is interesting. So I kind of called it toothpaste poison control. So this is one of my earliest memories of thinking I was gonna die. So I don't know how young I was. I might have been like 7, maybe 8 or 9. Was in the bathroom and it was like nighttime, and I was just, I don't know, maybe going to the bathroom, and I was looking at the toothpaste, and it's like, if you swallowed any, call poison control right away. And I'm like, what if I swallowed something? What if I'm gonna die? So yeah, I was freaking out on the toilet, and I'm pretty sure I like started crying thinking I was going to die, but I did. That story isn't that good, but this one, I actually remember the date, which is kind of weird. I made a YouTube video on this day. It's snowing and my sister scared me. Anyway, it was Halloween 2019, and it snowed here, which is kind of odd since normally it doesn't snow till like the end of November, maybe December. So it was snowing, so it was cold out on Halloween, and it was nighttime, so we were going trick-or-treating, and since it was so cold, my hands like got really freezing, and I didn't bring mittens for some reason, and they were like so cold, and I'm like, ah! And then we were getting closer to like going back inside, and they like hurt a lot, like they were red, and I showed my dad once we came inside because he was handing out candy, and he's like, oh my gosh, he like freaked out because my hand was like really red. And then I'm like, I got nervous because how nervous he got, and I just had my hands under the water for a while, and it turned out fine. But that kind of scared me since they did turn like really red, and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get frostbite? I don't know how I think I die from frostbite, but okay, this one has to do with like frostbite again. But this one was a little more scary. So I was at my friend's house and we were sledding, and for some dumb reason I decided to wear rain boots because I didn't like wearing snow boots. Probably since I didn't like my snow boots. I don't remember which ones they were. I got new ones now, but I did not like them, and I'm like, I should just wear my rain boots. Not a good idea. Don't wear rain boots in the snow. So my feet had gotten cold, but dumb little me didn't want to go back inside to like warm up because I'm like, I want to keep sledding. So I kept doing that. Then I finally went home, and I come inside and I try walking, and I literally fall over because like I was walking outside with boots on, and they were like so cold. I'm like, are my feet gonna fall off? Again, not exactly gonna die from that, but in my head, like when you're in a scary situation, you're like, I'm gonna die from this. Okay, next time. This actually has another day of me thinking, I have a lot of frostbite, real close stories. So this happened on March 8th, 2019. In 8th grade, you get to go on a trip to Washington, D.C. So it was the last day, and things weren't going very well at all. See, the last time I pooped was that Sunday before, and today, on March 8th, I think was a Friday. So that was 5 days without pooping, and I was kind of freaking out like something was wrong with me. I don't know why that was happening, and I wasn't feeling very good because of it, and yeah, I didn't feel good. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna die? And then we went to this graveyard. Anyway, it was kind of cold for March, and there's a bunch of puddles everywhere in the cemetery, and I don't remember what shoes I were wearing, but like the water got into my shoes and my feet were freezing cold, and I'm like, I just want to go back. I want to like get warmed up since they like felt so terrible. And then I accidentally stepped on someone's foot by accident because like my feet were like freaking out. They were so cold. And then that person kind of like hates me now. Like she stepped on my shoes in gym class once, probably because of it. But anyway, they were so freaking cold, and the teacher, they kept on talking about other things, and I'm like, shouldn't this be wrapped up already? But no, they're still talking. And then eventually I go up to my teacher and I'm like, I think my feet are gonna fall off. So then we like walk all the way back to the normal building, and I'm so cold and my teeth are like chattering and I can't get them to stop. And it turned out fine, like they warmed up, but that was so scary. And then I just remember the bus ride back home, and I'm like, I don't feel good, probably since I had to poop for so long, and there was a lot of bad things going on all day. This is number 3, and so I was upstairs watching YouTube, I think, and my mom was making supper downstairs, and all of a sudden I just feel this weird pain, like on my side or something, and I'm like, what is that? And I thought, oh my gosh, am I gonna have like appendicitis or something? Is it gonna burst? And I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, am I gonna die? But I don't tell anybody for some reason. This next time, a little backstory. In 10th grade, I'm in 11th grade now, so like a year ago, I took ceramics. And on the first day of school for that class, the teacher was kind of going over things, telling us stuff, and she was like, do not let your clay dry out. And she was talking about how bone dry clay can like ruin your lungs. And I started like freaking out because I know she was just trying to like get the people who weren't like listening to actually follow the rules, because bone dry clay is like bad. But the way she said it, it just freaked me out because I'm like a worrier. So I became afraid of clay and I didn't want to work with it. On the first day, like I actually did, I freaked out because it didn't go very well. I had a very small working space. I like dropped the clay water on the floor, and then like a part of it hit my face, and then I just like went berserk and freaked out. And that wasn't the day I'm talking about, but this one, I got nervous and I really wanted to take a shower to like get all the stuff off because I'm like freaking out about the clay. But I also have this fear of shower heads, which isn't very good. Like they scare me. It takes me like 10 minutes to get into the shower because I just keep like looking at it thinking something's gonna come out, and it's terrible. It stems from this fear of dolls that kind of evolved into a bunch of stuff, but I'm basically afraid of shower heads. And so I'm trying to take a shower because I'm afraid of the clay that's on me, and I'm like panicking about that. But I'm panicking to get into the shower because I'm terrified of going into showers. And I just sit there. Well, no, I just stand there and I'm just like pacing back and forth saying, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. And I say that for like 30 minutes and I don't do anything. I just like, and I'm crying, and it was so awful. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. So like, I was too scared to go into the shower, but I was too scared not to take a shower. And it just didn't go very well. But I think I ended up taking a shower, and it turned out fine, I think. I don't really remember. I remember my mom came up and she tried to calm me down, but I was still freaking out. So yeah, I really thought I was gonna die that day. Like, I just kept saying, I don't want to die. Okay, the last story is an actual near-death experience. Like, the before were like all times I thought I was gonna die, but this time I could have died. Like, not gonna lie. So I was at my friend's pool. The same friend that I went over to her house in rain boots and almost got my feet frozen off. Like, not good. So we were swimming, and she has like this small pool. And if you've ever seen these like kiddie pools, they're like blue, but they're not like the really short ones like that, but they're probably like 2 or 3 feet of water. I'm not sure, maybe it's just 2, and it's like maybe 4 or 5 feet like long. So if you've ever seen it, I'll try to put a picture up right now so you can like visualize it. So we were all swimming in that, and you're like, and it's like a near drowning experience. And I was probably like 11 or 10 because I have a summer birthday. So we were all swimming, and they had these floats in the pool, and My sister was there, and then my friend and my other friend. So there was 4 of us in the pool. And there was a couple floaties, I don't know, maybe 3. And for some reason I decided, how about I swim under the floaties and like do that? But like it's really hard to get up once like the floaties are there, since everyone was sitting on the floaties and I couldn't push myself up. And like I had a I was so scared. I'm like, what if I don't get up and I just like die there? And that would have been really terrible, because I remember trying to get up, but like someone was sitting there and I couldn't, and I almost died. But I eventually like got up through a hole. But I kind of like imagine it like how people who get under the ice probably feel. Like there's ice there, but like I'm in a kiddie pool, so it's like a little different. Yeah. So that was a time I almost died, like literally. I could have drowned if I couldn't find a way back up. Oh, so yeah, that's 7 times I thought I was gonna die. Yeah. And if you want to see 7 more, let me know in the comments below. I have 7 more I could tell, but I don't have many video ideas at the moment, and I don't want to use like all of them up very quickly, but I do have a plan for next week, so so yeah. If you enjoyed the video, oh wait a second, I have one more near-death experience, kind of, not really. Actually, it's just a time I kind of thought I was gonna die. So I was making this movie for school, and it was called the Cinderella movie, and you might have heard of it since I posted the video on my channel, but probably most of you haven't ever seen the one I made. I'll put it in the card up here. I was filming it, and it was the scene when Cinderella goes into like the car, and I can probably put like the clip I have there.
This is perfect. Wait, we need just one more thing. There, now you're ready to go to the dance. You have a driver.
But anyway, my dad says that he's gonna go to the convenience store to like get something, and my sister is over at my other friend's house, and so I'm all alone. I'm home alone, and this was like the first time I've ever been home alone. I was in the 7th grade, so like 12, and I'm kind of afraid of dolls. I think I mentioned that earlier. And normally I'm fine with Barbie dolls, but I freaked out once like I was home alone and I was in a room full of Barbie dolls, and the one guy that was sitting in the limousine had the creepiest look on his face, and I freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh, these Barbie dolls are gonna come to life and they're gonna kill me. So I take this blanket off my sister's bed and I hide under it until my dad gets back, since I'm like freaking out. I'm like, I don't want the Barbie dolls to attack me. If you enjoyed the video, you should totally give this a thumbs up. And I'll see you all next week, where I will be wearing different colors every day of the week. I can't get my ending right. It sucks.